Hi, and welcome back to Yoga with Tim. I'm Tim, and today I'm here with Kimmy. She's going to be demonstrating while I teach the classes. And you might want to have a strap for today's class because we're going to do some stuff to mobilize the shoulders for forearm balance. Let's get started. So begin in child's pose today. So in your child's pose, bring your big toes together, have your knees wide enough for your ribs to fit in between. Stretch your arms all the way forward. Take an opportunity here to connect to your breath. So focus on your breath moving in and out through your nose. Breathe from your nose. Imagine you could breathe all the way down towards your belly, towards the pit of your abdomen. Feel the breath travel up, the side ribs expand. And as you breathe out, feel the rib cage move back in. Feel the breath leave the pit of the abdomen. Even feel that the structures in the pelvis, like they draw back in. And then as you breathe back in, feel the breath move all the way down. Visualize it moving into the pelvis, the pit of the abdomen. Now come up onto your hands and your knees, and we'll turn the breath into movement. So we're going to use that same elongated, slower breath to help to give us more range of motion. As you exhale, round your back for cat-cow. And then as you inhale, go into extension. Roll from your lower back, middle back, upper back, and up through your neck. Exhale, round through your lower back, middle back, upper back. Next, see if you can lengthen the breath a little bit more, get a little bit more range of motion. And inhale into extension. One more time like that, move with your breath, nice and slow and controlled. Then come into neutral, stretch your right arm forward, reach your left leg back. As you exhale, draw your elbow and your knee together. Inhale, reach back out. Exhale, elbow, knee together. Inhale, reach back out. Exhale, elbow, knee together. Inhale, reach back out. Lower your hand and your knee. Change sides. Reach your left arm, right leg. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, reach out. Last one, exhale, draw in. Inhale, reach out. Lower your hand and your knee down. Curl your toes under, stretch back into downward dog. Then walk your feet all the way forward to the front of your mat. Go to the front of the mat over that side. Or change the front of the mat. And let your head drop. Put a little bend in your knees. Feel that your spine can release with the bend in your knees, and feel that your hamstrings stretch more evenly. Then keeping the bend in your knees, slide your hands up to your shins. And as you inhale, make a flat back, press the hands into the shins, keeping the bend in the knees. And feel as you press the hands into the shins, your lats engage. Can you wake up the muscles in your back to help to elongate your spine? Then as you exhale, fold forward again. One more time. Inhale, hands up to your shins, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. With your hands planted, step back into plank position, one leg at a time. Good, holding your plank, turn on your core, press down in between your big toe mound, second toe mound, squeeze your legs, engage your glutes, move the buttocks towards the backs of the knees, and feel your low abs draw up. Collarbones spread from the center of your chest to the tips of your shoulders. Breathe your spine longer, keeping your core engaged. Then stretch back into downward facing dog. So let's start to warm up the hips a little bit with a twisting action. So as you inhale, raise your right leg up behind you. And as you exhale, step your right foot all the way up to the outside of your right hand. Plant your left hand and then twist. Take your right arm up. Exhale, bring your right hand back down, step back into downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Step your foot all the way up to the outside of your hand as you exhale. Inhale, twist, take your left arm up. Exhale, plant your hand, step back into down dog. One more, inhale, raise your right leg up. Exhale, step your foot up to the outside of your hand. Inhale, twist, raise your right arm. Exhale, plant your hand and step back into down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step. Inhale, twist. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank pose. Set your knees down. As you hold here, rib cage in, but chest broad. Now lower slowly to elbow height. Pretend like I had a stick from your tailbone to your head, and then lift back up into plank position. Again, set your knees down. Exhale, lower slowly. Inhale, press back up. Stretch back to down dog this time. One more time. Inhale into your plank. Exhale, lower slowly, knees down or legs straight, up to you. Press back up into plank. I don't know why I did that weird voice all of a sudden there. Downward dog, stretch back, sorry about that. Look in between your hands. Step or float up to the front of your mat. As you inhale, make a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, raise your arms. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower slowly into Chaturanga. Lie down on your belly. Inhale into low cobra. Now press down from your hips, through your feet, feel your leg muscles turn on. And then from the bra line up, see if you can take that part of your spine into a back bend. Do less from your neck, and instead think of your neck elongating. And then lower your chest back down. Press up into plank pose. Stretch back into down dog. Look in between your hands. Step or float up to the top. Inhale, find a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up, raise your arms. Exhale, Samastiti. You're doing a very good job of the breathing. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find a flat back. Step back and lower, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, or you can keep with the cobra. I recommend doing the cobra if you got some lower back issues. Stretch back into down dog. Over time, by continuing to do the cobra, you'll build better mobility in the spine, and then eventually be able to do that up dog. Now from down dog, step your right foot up by your right thumb. Press down to the center of your heel and squeeze your right outer butt into the midline. Then come up into crescent lunge. Nice. Now take your arms forward just a little bit and pretend like you're holding a ball in between your hands, a big ball. And as you hold that big imaginary ball, wrap your triceps in. Feel more space here across the nape of the neck. And then also make sure that your rib cage is in sync. So you want to engage your core as you're holding in the what's this called? Crescent, thank you. So keeping the rib cage in, turn the arms, and now let's see if you can lift the imaginary ball higher. Take it up over your head, keeping the rib cage in the crescent. Now last part, see if you can go just a little bit deeper. still keeping your core working. And then can you breathe still? Draw your breath all the way down like we practiced at the beginning. Hands back down to the mat. Step back into plank pose. Now do an optional chaturanga push-up or just go right back into down dog. Okay, left foot this time. Step your left foot all the way up to your left thumb. Press center of the heel, squeeze your outer butt, and come up. Raise your arms. Good. Take your arms forward, just a little. Pretend like you're holding that imaginary ball. Turn your triceps like you're trying to wrap the elbows forward. Find space across the nape of the neck and the collarbones. Keep your rib cage, pretend like you're trying to aim your rib cage straight down towards your hips. Now, can you add the breath to create some freedom? Breathe down towards the pit of your abdomen, and then see if you can raise that imaginary ball a little bit higher. Take it up over your head, still keeping the space in your neck. Lift up from your outer armpits. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, bring your hands back down to the mat. Step back. Optional chaturanga push-up, or just go right back to down dog. Sun salutation B, look in between your hands. Step or float to the top. Inhale, find a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Stand Samasthiti. Inhale into chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot, warrior one. Inhale, come up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now just remember, when we do that warm up, you can always modify by lowering your knees for the chaturangas, too much on your upper body. Do the cobras instead of the up dogs, too much on your lower back. So this is just about warming up, getting the body moving. You don't have to do this full advanced variation of the salutation. Let's do one more. Bend your knees, look forward, step or float to the front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Stand Samasthiti. Inhale into chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot. Inhale, come up, Vira one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step the left foot. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Reconnect to your breath. Now for the sake of today's class, we're going to work on that arm action one more time. So that same thing that you did when we were in crescent, we're going to practice it here. So to take the arms forward more, you'll lift your chest away from the ground a little bit. Wrap your triceps down towards the ground. Feel space across your collarbones and your neck. Then knit the front of the rib cage in so that you're nice and long. I could draw a line from the tip of your tail to the top of your crown. Now focus on breathing the spine even longer instead of sinking into your shoulder flexibility, which that's a thing you can do in down dog too, but it's not what we're working on right now. Step your right foot, warrior one. Inhale, come up. Open up to your side, warrior two. Now I wanted to work on this pose called forearm balance or Pinchamayurasana. So for that, we're gonna have to kind of educate some of the component parts in the body. Component parts, for those of you who are taking the Yoga Works training. So from here, we're gonna open up the shoulders a little bit to open up the tension in the armpit chest, which is a made up area of the body that includes the armpit and the chest. So from here, you're gonna take your left hand behind your back from under and the right arm from above and use a strap. Go for the strap. Okay, now, holding the strap, I want you to take, instead of walking in as tight as you can, take a little bit more space. Go slack with it. And then with your top arm, use the pull of your top arm like you're doing a tricep extension to pull your bottom arm a little higher up the back, as much as feels safe. And then with your bottom arm, do the opposite, like you're flossing your upper back. Pretend like you're trying to floss your thoracic spine. And then you can just go back and forth a little bit. Do we love it? I don't know, it's kind of weird. So it's just you're just mobilizing. And I want you to feel the opposite muscles pulling to get the movement. Okay, now still holding in that with a little bit more space. Now I want you to pretend like you're gonna pull the strap apart, but with a balanced effort. So if like 100% is gonna make your face explode, just like 50% effort. Then the last thing, knit that rib cage in. Oh yeah. Now, let go of the pull a bit and see if you can walk your hands in a little closer than you did at the beginning. It shouldn't crunch everything up to do it. The last part here, as you press down evenly into your feet, your heel, big toe mountain, little toe mountain, both feet, tip from your pelvis out over your thigh. Now you're gonna have to work your obliques as you hold here. Try to find one long line from your back ankle to your crown, which you're doing nicely, and make sure that your core stays engaged here. As you exhale, side ribs come in, exhale into the pit of the abdomen, pelvic floor. As you inhale, breathe back down into those structures so that the lumbar is elongated and not bowing forward. Come back up. Ooh, it was a long hold. Stretch your arms out, warrior two. Okay, you got that. Very controlling over here with the strap. Reverse the warrior, flip your palm. Vinyasa. Step your left foot. Inhale, come up. Open up to your side, veer two. How did it feel after the flossing thing? Did it help at all to get movement, or do you already do that one pretty easily?
No, that was good.
Okay, cool. We'll do it again then. Okay, so from here, we'll take the left arm from above, right arm from below. No, other way. There you go, there's your floss. Okay, now you can see from behind what's going on with the floss. Now, admittedly, I let my ribs go a little bit while I'm doing the floss thing, so we could let that go too. You can allow the core to compensate a little bit to get some movement while you're flossing. So yeah, just go ahead, back and forth. Remember, while you're mobilizing shoulders, you don't want to feel any pinching, sharp stuff. So just go within what's appropriate for you. Okay, now we're gonna pull in opposite directions. And if you were to assign an effort, maybe go like 30%, 40% effort, 50%, 100%, you'd be trying to break the strap in two. Just go up to the 50 and pin it right there. Start to back off of that. Draw the rib cage in. So if your ribs were a pipe, they'd aim straight down right now to the ground. Then, keeping that, balance your head up over top, and then see if you can walk the hands in closer without letting the right shoulder head fall forward onto the right chest. Then, With your left side ribs leaned towards your left knee, start to tip from your pelvis. Try to keep this solid. Your middle, if you didn't see what this was. You're doing a good job. You're very solid in the middle. See if you can bring your left knee right over your ankle. Good. And maybe you can lean your left chest just a little further and hold it. Come back up. Spread the arms out to Vira 2. Reverse warrior, flip your palm in. Vinyasa. Step your right foot for warrior 1. Inhale, raise your arms up. Bring your hands behind your back. Press your knuckles together behind your back, or you can do a reverse prayer if you have very flexible wrist shoulder situation. Straighten your right leg and step your back foot a little closer. As you inhale, open up across your collarbones. And as you exhale, start to tip from your pelvis out over your leg. Now push down into the space between your big toe mound, second toe mound. Make sure that your right shin doesn't sink towards the floor. And then lengthen all the way out over your leg, moving into forward flexion. And remember from the beginning of class when we did Uttanasana with bent knees and it helped the hamstrings to stretch more evenly and the spine to release more evenly. So if you need to bend your right knee a little bit to help the spine to release, that's totally cool with me. Now from here, interlock your hands and reach your knuckles up and overhead, or if you have less shoulder mobility, then you can use the strap and that will help you to get the shoulders to move a little bit better. In fact, for most guys, I recommend using the strap, or if you have tighter shoulders. Yours look great without it. Now press solid into your feet, and as you inhale, come into a flat back. Stretch your arms straight back behind you now. Bend your right knee a little, and then step up into warrior 3. Now as we hold here, place your hands onto a block in front of you. Bend your right knee, press into your right center heel, grip your right outer buttock back until your sit bones aim straight back behind you. Now when that happens, the spine might start to lean off to the right. So as you look down at your right big toe, can you aim your crown straight out through the line in between your feet, the midline of the mat? Arms straight, rib cage in, neck long. Now see if you can take one arm back, keeping that position. And both arms back. Oh, dang. Don't lose that right outer hip. Grip that sucker back. That thing wants to fall out to the side. Now without your foot touching the floor, come up to stand. Bring your knee up. Raise your arms up. Stretch your left leg straight out in front of you. Oh. Don't let your butt tuck under though. Stand tall. Now last part, turn your left thigh out and cross your ankle above your knee. Bring hands to prayer and start to sit back like you're sitting into a chair. Good. Level 1, flexibility with the hips. You're just going to stay here. Level 2, maintaining a flat back. You might be able to go elbows to shin. For the most advanced, you might be able to put the hands down on the ground and work on going into flying pigeon, or just put the hands down on the ground. It's up to you. Then come back up to stand. Mountain pose. That was good. Inhale your arms up. Stand tall and feel that you can keep your rib cage aimed down with your arms up. Bring your hands back to your heart. Press down through your left heel, hug your right knee up to your chest. Good. If you have tighter hamstrings, you're just going to hold the knee. If your hamstrings are more open, you could take your right big toe and try stretching the leg out in front of you. Now, as you stretch the leg out, see if you can maintain your mountain lion from your left ankle up through your head. So you're not leaning back, hunching over. Now change hands and twist. We're going to go right into Utthita Hasta 3. Breathe all the way down. Let the breath be free in the pose. Nice job. Come back to center, arms up, leg out in front of you. Hold it up there. Hands to prayer, tip into Vira 3. Step back into Warrior 1. Now bring your hands behind your back, left leg straight, and fold forward halfway. Now what tends to happen under the load is that your joints want to lock to avoid the muscles doing the work to get the stretch and the strength. So let's just make sure that we're not sinking into the ankle joint or the knee joint. We'll focus by pushing into the inner foot and maybe even keeping a little micro bend or resisting the shin away from the ground. Then lengthen all the way out over your leg, like a waterfall spine over the leg. Center heel bone, big toe mound, little toe mound, even on the mat and both feet. Then interlock your hands and reach knuckles up and over. Inhale into a flat back. Stretch your arms straight back. Bend your left knee, step up to balance, Warrior 3. Now go hands onto the block, and we're going to work on aligning things so that we're using the right muscles. So as you bend your left knee, press right into the center of the heel bone. Grip your left outer buttock back until your sit bones aim straight back behind you. When that happens, your spine might lean a little bit over to the side. So see if you can aim your heart straight out through the line of your big toe, through the core of your heart. Arms straight so that your torso is up in line with your pelvis. Then maintaining all that squeeze on that outer butt. Oh, sorry. See if you can take one arm back and then both. At home, to make it more difficult, you can get someone to poke you and try to knock you over like I'm doing. And then slowly come up to stand. See, even perfect yogis fall out of poses sometimes. So it's totally okay if it happens to you. Raise your arms up and stretch your legs straight out in front of you. Then turn your right thigh out. Cross your ankle just above your knee, hands to prayer. Start to sit back like you're sitting into a chair. But imagine that I'm pulling you from the crown of your head at the same time so that you're not just sinking into it. And then go towards where you went on the other side as we hold for a few breaths. Come back up to stand. Mountain pose. Inhale your arms up. Keep the ribs aimed straight down as the arms stretch. Exhale, Samastiti. Bring your left knee up. Hold your knee or work on extending your big toe in front of you, Utthita Hasta. Change hands and twist, open up to the side. Turn your chest forward and raise your arms up. Hands to prayer, tip back into warrior three. Step back into warrior one. Bring hands to prayer. Spin your back heel up and twist. Hook your left elbow to your knee. Bring your hands to the mat, lower your back knee down. Now hold here in the low lunge, or if your quads, hip flexors are more open, you could bend your knee and reach back with your hand for your foot. So in addition to having enough opening through our armpit, chest, shoulder, we're gonna need enough movement in the hip flexors and in the hamstrings to be able to walk into this arm balance variation. So this will help a bunch. Release that and step back into down dog or take a vinyasa. Step your left foot, warrior one, inhale, reach up. Bring hands to prayer, spin your back heel up and twist. Practice feeling those same muscles in your outer hip turn on that you're feeling in warrior three to help to bring length through the spine through the midline. Bring your hands down to the mat, lower your back knee down, hold there or go deeper by reaching back with the hand for the foot. And release. All right. Step back into down dog or take a vinyasa. Then set your knees down onto the ground and turn your hands so that you have your hands like karate chop hands. Put a block in between your hands. Now let's work on those same actions that we were practicing earlier. Wrap your triceps. Feel space at the nape of the neck and across your collarbones. Now commit to keeping this space here in this rotation. This is your foundation and the solid press in your forearms. If you lose any of this, stop lifting. So from here, curl your toes under and lift your knees 1 inch and see if you can still keep all that. Many will have lost it, and you should just work on pressing your arms with your knees down. Some will slowly start to lift the hips up. And when I say some, I mean some. When you feel that you lose this situation here in the neck, shoulders, forearms, stop straightening your legs. You're only cheating yourself. Now few will be able to lift the hips all the way. When I say few, I mean few. Uh-oh, we lost a little bit of neck space here. Okay, that's better. Now that we found the neck space again, a very small amount, I don't know, it's less than few, we'll be able to take the right leg up. And make sure that you keep the rib cage in, and this space here, and the solid seal of the forearms, and the rotation here. Change, raise the other leg. Keeping the ribs knitted, keeping this space. Not sinking, but reaching down into the forearms. Stretch that leg, grow that leg. Lower that leg back down. Fix your foundation. Walk into plank on your forearms and suffer. Hold here. As you open the collarbones, lift your middle away from the ground, but don't lose the collarbones. for the last 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips slowly, Sphinx pose. That was really good. Nice job. Was it hard that way? It's really freaking hard to do that one good. So she did an awesome job. Okay, now at home, if you'd like to practice, you can try going to a wall and trying to kick up, or you can just practice the foundation one more time. What would you like to try today? Let's do it. Okay, we're gonna try at the wall today. So let's slide the mat over. Now, do you like the hands like this or like this better? Like this. Okay, do that one. Block or no? Yeah. Okay, go for that. Put that block all the way up against that wall. So once you have your block up against the wall, you'll do your foundation. Now, it doesn't, all of this, you don't just go right back to, you gotta make sure, okay, I got the shoulders, I got my neck, I got all that all set up. And then I lift up just a little, do I still have it? And then I start to go, if you have a sloppy foundation, whatever you build on is gonna end up sloppy. Now see if you can walk in closer, still maintaining the shoulders right over the elbows, all this space here in the rib cage. And then you're gonna take one leg and lift it up into the air as high as you can, and then go up and over. Kick it.
Wait, sorry.
That's okay. All right, now, once you get that, find your shoulder space. Press into the forearms. Feel the nape of the neck, and then draw your ribs way in. All that rib action that we were doing earlier. And then grip your buttock up to your heels. Tuck the tail up to the heels. Lift, lift, get higher up the wall. Go past the, yeah, come on, lift more, lift more. And slowly lower back down. Nice job. All right, then go back to your spot. If you were practicing balancing, if you're just practicing the regular pose, you know, you don't have to go back, you're already in your spot. Lie down onto your back. Come into bridge pose, press your heels down, lift your hips up. Engage your inner thighs so that your knees aim straight ahead in line with your second toes. As you're holding here, we can practice those same actions. Lengthen the tailbone towards the backs of the knees. Knit the front ribs down towards the hips. And then see if you get a little more action, a little more movement from higher up in the spine instead of hinging from the TL junction. Lower back down. Take a breath and go back up. Bridge or Urdhva, your call. Lower back down. Hug your right knee into your chest as you stretch your left leg out. Change legs, hug your left knee in. Change legs. Now lift your left heel up off the ground, crunch up, send your arms forward. As you're holding here, move your buttocks and your back ribs away from each other and slowly change legs, keeping your low abdominals in. Hug the front ribs down to the hips. Change legs and bring your hands up and over to the outside of your right knee. Change sides. Change sides. Change sides. Now both arms forward, hold the legs as they are, and then as you really crunch this in and crunch the side ribs, And exhale all there out of the pit of the abdomen pelvic floor. Now send the left leg forward too, but keep moving the buttocks, back ribs away from each other. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees to your chest, lower down. Open your arms out to the side for a twist. Set your feet down and cross your right knee over your left. Shift your hips to the right a little and let your knees go over to the left. Bring the knees and the hips back to center. Change the cross of your legs. Hips over to the left a little, knees over to the right. Oh, you got a little pop there. That's nice. Come back to center. Hug your knees in. Take happy baby. And release, Shavasana. Close your eyes. So have your feet slightly wider than hip distance, hands about a foot away from your body. Let's take one last deep breath in through the nose. Fill your lungs. Breathe all the way down. Best belly breath you can. And let it out. Just let go now. Let your body drop. Feel the tension melt away. Let go of the feet and the legs. Let the legs be heavy. Let go of the tension in the hips and the abdomen. Feel your back muscles, your shoulders, and your neck relax. Let the hands open and release. Relax your arms. Relax all the muscles in your face, your jaw. Relax the tongue. Let the eyes soften. Then staying very calm and relaxed. Gently bend your knees. Roll onto your side. Press yourself up to seated. Join your palms together. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Kimmy. Hey, if you enjoyed what you learned today with the forearm balance and you're like, man, I'd really like to get that thing down, I made a whole course about how to do those types of poses. So make sure to check that out. I'm gonna put the link below. It's called the arm balance course and it's in the conscious movement. You can try it for 2 weeks free by clicking the link. And I don't think it's a waste of money or time. I think it's pretty good. Have you done it before?
I have.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Cool. All right, check it out and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.